We're gonna be making some smoked pork chops on the grill, some thick, some thin, on the pellet grill today. So let's get these things cooked and let's have a good time while we do it. We made a brine for the pork chops, y'all. We're gonna be smoking these pork chops on the Z-Grill. It's just a water, sugar, and salt, about 2 tablespoons of salt, at least a 1/4 cup or maybe a 1/3 cup sugar, dissolved in some water. Let it cool down enough that it's just like room temperature. I've got some Italian dressing on the pork chops, and we're just gonna pour this over, and we're gonna let this soak for about an hour. Now, the longer you let it soak, the better it'll be. But we're gonna let it soak for at least an hour. If you can, it's 2 o'clock now. I don't wanna let it soak for 4 hours. I think it'll help them stay super moist and juicy on the smoker. So give it a try, y'all. So let's let these get to marinating and brining. And once they're ready, we'll be ready to go on the smoker, and they're gonna be awesome. All right, so we got the pork chops brined. They've been brining about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Holy, they smell really, really good, y'all. That Italian dressing smell, whew, it just came through. We got a pan with some paper towels. We're just gonna, now this one, I don't even call that thing a pork chop. Keep in mind, this whole pack of pork chops, which is not center cut, costs $4.96 at the Winn-Dixie. Whew. So we're gonna stick them down on the paper towels, and we're gonna try to dry them up. So we're just gonna kind of flip them around. They should be nice and juicy. I'm gonna let them drip as much as I can, and we're just gonna try to get, they don't have to be completely dry. We're just gonna get some of that excess liquid off of them, and you can see where they that brine turned them. It's got them turned to little colors. But y'all, it smells really, really good. Really good. Now, I did wash these before we put them in the brine. That way I could get any of the the bone shavings or anything off like that. If I happen to see a piece of fat, I'm just going to stick it in the garbage. If it's hanging off, But just kind of, I can feel that season, that garlic. I can feel that garlic in that Italian dressing. Whew. Boy. Now, these are not real thick besides this big thing right here. I'm going to cut it in half, though. It's still going to be thick, but I'm just going to cut it in half. Get some off my hands there. And just try to get them dry, kind of sort of pat them dry. You can do it just by patting with paper towels if you want. I just laid some in this pan. And then I'm just going to kind of get just some of the excess moisture off is all I'm doing. We're going to move the paper towels, and then we're going to season them right on the aluminum foil. What I'm going to do, since they are thin, I've got the smoker preheating. We're going to stay on the smoke setting on the Z-Grill. So we're going to keep it around that 160 degree mark. So we're going to keep it low, and we're going to put a little smoke on them before, and we'll see how they're cooking at low and slow. Because I want that flavor to get in them. I'm going to pull them. I'm going to check internal temp on them when they get about 130. Then we're going to pull them off. Then we're going to crank the heat up, and we're going to get them on there about 450 or so, and just see if we can get a little color on them. And that's what we're going to do. I think that's everything. All right, so let's get the paper towels off, and let's get everything seasoned up. All right, so we're going to keep them kind of simple. We're going to use just a Kinder's wood-fired blend barbecue seasoning. And I'm going to use my garlic-based, a little bit saltier blend that I make, other than the regular one that I don't make so salty. So we're going to go in with it first. If you're using something like a Tony Chachere's or something like that, some kind of really salty, just don't overdo it. I just don't like using the little holes. So just make sure you generously, coat them. You want to make sure that they get some good color. We dried them off, and we're going to go on. This is the really thick piece here that I cut in half, and here's the rest of it. Kind of looks like the end of a loin is what it looks like. I don't know about y'all, but I really like pork steaks, and maybe that's why I like the cheaper cut pork chops over the loins, you know, the center cuts. But that's just me. Now we're going to go in with the wood fire, and we're going to put my glasses on so I can see. And we're going to give them some good color. This will have a little bit of that barbecue-y sweetness. It won't be really any heat. There'll be a little, but not much. We're going to make sure we go in with plenty of color. Then I'm going to shoot them with a little olive oil before we flip them. We're going to give them a little squirt. And then we're going to pat them a little bit. Make sure that seasoning sticks. And we're going to flip them over. Little pat, little quick pat. Get that seasoning stuck on there before we flip them. Flip them over and repeat. Get them on the Z grill, on the pellet grill, 160. And we're going to watch it and we're going to see how it does. And then we'll be reading with our ThermPro, our internal temp, pulling them at 130. Getting ready to pump up that heat to 450 and get some color on. All right, y'all, so what we're trying to do now, we got it kicked up to 410 degrees right now. Everything's ready. I'm just trying to stay around that 150 mark with the thin stuff. I don't really want to go any more than that. Ooh, that one's 157. Ooh, so now we got to get them off. So our thin stuff's ready. We're going to tin them. I just don't want to go too far over. I want to make sure that they don't get tough. Not really worried about, look at the color on them, y'all. Sure. So everything, all the thin ones have really, really good color. Them two thick ones now, it's a little bit different. So we're gonna flip them over because they're so thick. I'm still trying to get them to let's see where we at. That one's 138. That one's actually I may have went too far. Let's see how far I went. Ooh, that thing hot. Yeah, we're about 143. So these are gonna have a little bit further to go. Not much though. That's more like the loin. So I really don't want it to get over that 160 period, even while it's setting, you know, being tinted. But we're gonna go in and we're gonna tint these, and then we're gonna come back and I'll get these off in a minute and we'll take a look at all of them. All right, so we got the pork chops pulled. We had them, these are the thin ones. They've been tinted now for about 15 minutes. So they're still nice and warm. They may be a little more done than I wanted them to be because they were so thin. They smell really good, and we put them on smoke for a little while. For about 45 minutes, 40 minutes, just the smoke setting where they got smoke at real low temperature, 160, 150, 160 degrees. So we're gonna check. This is like a little filet. This is like a big, thick pork chop, and you can tell these were a little different. These got a little bit more, I guess, kind of done. Let me get the mac and cheese. We did the homemade mac and cheese, and we got some green beans, but we got the homemade mac and cheese here. This one, you could tell I flipped it over. We're gonna get some hickory smoked barbecue sauce, some Kinder's hickory smoke. Is all I'm gonna do is just drizzle on top. We're not gonna be, I didn't put any sauce on them on the pit. And we're gonna get us a little spoonful of this mac and cheese. Green beans is green beans, so I'll get them out in just a minute. And that's the dog trying to get in. Creamy, creamy mac and cheese, y'all. Whoa, whoa. Super creamy mac and cheese. Ooh, I dropped a piece. Got that cheese pool. Let's put that up there. Let's get a rag. Let's get a rag so we won't keep making a mess. Let's wipe that up just a little bit. So I'm gonna cut, and we're gonna take a look. We're gonna see how juicy these thick ones got. Cooper, what's going on, buddy? All right, so they got done, but still though, let's see here. Let's go in for a little bite. I kind of wished I would have pulled them. I wished I'd have pulled them off a little sooner. They picked up plenty of that smoke flavor. My wife is really gonna like them because she doesn't like hers with a little bit of pink in them like I do. So, little mac and cheese and some green beans. The mac and cheese is super simple, super easy. I didn't go overboard with it. Everything's really good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a try. We're gonna be making some smoked pork chops on the grill, some thick, some thin on the pellet grill today. So let's get these things cooked and let's have a good time while we do it. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video, y'all, of the grilled pork chops, the smoked pork chops on the pellet grill. I did the mac and cheese on the live on the TT. So, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that bell notification button, so you'll get notified whenever we have another video come out. And share the video, please, with some friends and family and help our channel grow. I'm Craig, and that's Melissa behind the camera. We hope y'all have a blessed Sunday. We love y'all. We will see you on the next video right here at With the Bickhams. Bye, y'all.